Good morning and welcome to another Tuesday Tour. It's John Sauter and Michael Fairchild behind the camera from your Purdue Alumni Station, bringing you another update of things that are happening around campus. And today we have a very exciting show for you because we're outside the Purdue Memorial Union. And as you're probably aware, there's a significant renovation that has occurred within the Union Club Hotel and all the food concepts. And so we want to talk about that. And in talking about it, Michael's going to do a great job of interspersing some video from some previous shows that we've done, along with some images of what it looked like before. So I think you'll have a good opportunity to see the before and after effects of what they've done in this really nice upscale renovation of the Union Club Hotel. And as by way of introducing that, let me just say that Bruce and Beth White, along with Dean and Barbara White Foundation, are the ones who made the $30 million gift to the university to make this possible. The White Lodging Company has extensive properties around the country. They saw a real opportunity here, particularly giving the HTM students some training experience, some internship experience, and they wanted to kind of pull that all together in the campus setting. And that's what they have done in a very nice way. And we'll see you on the inside and we'll take a tour. Okay, we're inside the hotel now, and I am masked up following the Protect Purdue protocol, of course. We've survived the revolving door to get into the lobby. And we have a very attractive waiting area, complete with a Boilermaker himself pounding on some metal. What a great way to greet our guests as they arrive. Again, in this very attractive waiting area. I might remind you that the Union Club Hotel was actually opened in 1929, has been added onto 4 times. Way back then it had 192 rooms once they completed those additions. That's now down to about 182 as they've created a mezzanine and a very spacious fitness center. But it still makes us the largest hotel property in town. So we still have that claim to fame. And I should point out that it is a boutique hotel. A boutique hotel. Boutique hotel concept has been around for 30 or 40 years or so, but basically the concept is that you personalize the hotel to the localized vibe to try to catch up on the local decor and the things that are happening in that particular locale, making it a very unique offering for your guests as they arrive. And the renovation has clearly done that. And what better way to capture all the vibe than to capture the Purdue experience? And that has been done with all the variety of decorations and upgrades, interiors and things. And that's what we're going to have a look at now as we make our way into the lobby. Michael walks backwards without tripping. We go by the concierge desk that you pass as you enter the hotel lobby. Beautiful hotel lobby. You can get a chance to see the spaciousness of it. Previously, as you would walk in, it was kind of a closed-in feel. They've taken out some rooms and added actually a mezzanine upstairs. Mezzanine, very attractive area for gathering. They have board games that can be played. A variety of meeting areas have been set up, and that would be one of the more attractive. But the thing that does greet you that I want to point out on the floor is the Purdue seal. You know, the university has had over a half a dozen seals. This particular one was created in 1909, and the university used it for about 60 years. 1969 is when it was discontinued, so it was here, being used by the university as the hotel was built. And you see the science, technology, and agriculture emphasis on it. That has actually changed in our current seal with a very modern looking griffin. And it has 3 triangles on it, actually no words. And those triangles these days represent current vernacular, and that would be education, research, and service. So a little bit of change has occurred there. Behind me, you see the very attractive front desk. Great place to check into the hotel. And behind it, even more attractive, you just want to stand here and look at it for a while, are the stacks of books. They tell me these are actual books, painted white, with a graphic projected, with folks that are related to the university. And currently that involves Amelia Earhart. Here in the lobby, as you check in, you really get another experience. And not only is it the image of Amelia Earhart in this case, but it's the front desk operation. And so here we have some Purdue students and almost students. Hey, student. Hello. Great opportunity for the HTM students who are looking for experience in the front of house exposure. They're hoping to work into the lodging industry, and so they get a variety of experiences, quite often starting in the front of the house, through the back of the house, and just a variety of things around the property. Bruce White was a graduate of the HTM program and believed in that, and so with all his properties around the country, here's a great opportunity for him to actually train some of the people he's probably going to hire, and he does hire quite a few of the Purdue graduates into his properties around the country. And so now we'll start working our way through the lobby, and as we do that, we look up the steps. These are the steps that go up into the Union Building, and that's where we had the boiler station and the browsing room. It's now been converted to really some high-end food offerings, and we'll be going up there shortly to talk about that. But we wanted to walk through the lobby and look down the other hallway, the other way, and this is where the rooms are actually located. 182 rooms. I can tell you now that they've not really changed the size of the rooms, but the decor has really been improved immensely. The decor was getting tired. It really needed to be picked up a little bit, and boy, they've done that. And so, following the theme of a boutique hotel, when you wake up in these rooms, you know you're at Purdue University, based on colors and amenities and all the things that are within those rooms. And again, 10 less rooms, because above us is the mezzanine, and to the left as you go down here is the fitness center. Very nice fitness center. They've taken out 3 or 4 rooms there, maybe even 5, to actually put in a fitness center. So, very popular. You'll have to give these rooms a try when you're on campus. It's really becoming the popular spot to be. As we make our way through the lobby and off to my right, you see another bar area, a full-service bar. What a great place to get a cocktail before or after dinner, meet your friends here in the lobby. Normally you'd be able to see bar stools there, but I can tell you now with the COVID mandates for the city and the county, bar service is not happening, and so those have been removed for now. In fact, it's referred to as the hidden bar, and it's only open sporadically. And when it's not open, they close the doors, and it just looks like paneling. It looks like paneling and becomes an attractive meeting area. And again, I was in here a couple days ago, and some students were sitting here actually studying. And so it becomes kind of a meeting place for that. Again, the mezzanine is above, nice open airy feel to the place than it had before. And they've done a nice job outside, and we want to go out there now and show that to you. Okay, we're outside now in a beautiful outside seating area with attractive furniture. They actually have fire pits when it gets colder, and the things that look like lamps are actually lights as well as heating units. So all year round you're able to come out here and meet your friends. Very nice gathering spot. A lot of the landscaping around here was done by the horticulture department, and so they got involved with the project also. And it's just a great place, again, another option in terms of meeting places that you can have if you come to the hotel. I wanted to read to you, as we conclude this part, a few of the comments from TripAdvisor. Many of you are aware that you can actually write reviews for different properties, and what better way to give you a feel for this place than from some of the folks who have actually stayed here. And so they've been open about 4 weeks or so. And so long enough to have some reviews written. So these are a few that I looked up I thought you'd be interested in. Here's the first one. We stayed 3 nights as part of moving our son back for his sophomore year. The remodel is just fantastic, with a super stylish yet comfortable lobby and outdoor patio space, don't you know? Another one. The Union Club has to be the premier large university on-campus hotel. It compares with some of the top boutique hotels in the largest cities in the U.S. in terms of decor, amenities, dining, and above all, service. And the location could not be better. And then a third one. Recent improvements to the Union Club make the property the best university-affiliated hotel in all of the Big Ten. Lobby and room improvements are over the top. And then lastly, great staff, great service, fantastic update, really in tune with the times. Great compliments for this upgrade. We're now going to meet you on the inside and talk a little bit about the food service offerings. Okay, we have come up the steps and now we're into this very stylish, very attractive coffee and pastry shop area. And so this is Leaps, a grab-and-go operation. So from early in the morning to late at night, hotel guests, or anyone for that point, can stop by and get a specialized cup of coffee, a smoothie, pick up some pastry if they like on their way to class, or as they're waiting to get back onto the road. And then there's a nice, very nice divider between the Leaps operation, great name Leaps, for Neil Armstrong's Leap. Between Leaps and the Boiler Up Bar, we have this nice divider with a variety of Purdue memorabilia. They have borrowed all these items from the University Archives department to kind of provide great reminders of the university. I can't help but point out one basketball player, number 34, 1973 to 74, Frank Kendrick. Frank and I met each other when I was here my first year in Wiley Hall, and he was an aspiring player on the Purdue basketball team. Went on to play in the NBA, just a great guy. He eventually came back and coached, and now he's down in Indianapolis, I think, and working in one of the high schools. But you can see a variety of items they've borrowed. Looks like the press, some ice tongs, more basketball players. Looks like some beakers and things from the chemistry area. You even have a manual typewriter. Manual typewriter. Don't see many of those anymore. But a very nice divider, which gets us from the Leaps area then into this area, bourbon and whiskey room. And it's another meeting area, another meeting spot for when conferees or whoever guests come into the hotel. A great gathering spot, a very intimate lighting, very nice setting, which leads into the Boiler Up Bar. The Boiler Up Bar, again, another full-service bar, no bar stools currently, but there will be some here eventually. But this area right here actually used to be the boiler station. If you were here in the last few years or so, you knew the Alumni Association had this space. Before that, this was the offices of the director of the union. So Dale McHenry and Bob Mindrum both had their offices in this corner right here. You can kind of tell where you are based on windows. The beautiful upswept windows, they really have maintained many of the architectural features. And so this is where they would have been. Over there would have been a conference room. I can tell you I led many of my senior staff meetings in that corner in that conference room right there. So a lot of memories coming out of the Boiler Up bar area, but obviously in tune with the times, very attractive offering, great offering for our guests here. Okay, as we walk out of the Boiler Up bar, I want to give you some logistics, and that is that right here is the east entrance to the Union Building. And so the Grant Street Garage is right across the street. I think many of you have probably come up this very same staircase many times. You can still go downstairs or come up, but as you come up the stairs, here you'll find the kitchen that services our new modern bistro, as well as the Boiler Up bar. Folks that are in the lobby, you can order snacks and things from this particular food preparation area. Another opportunity for our students to get training and internship experience in the food side of a lodging operation is provided here. They actually have a chef's table also. So if you're looking for a specialized experience, available by reservation, but the chef can talk to you as he's making the items. You get a variety of wine pairings and flights of bourbon or flights of beer if you want to try different things with your food. Just a great dining experience right there. And it is then connected to 811 Modern Bistro. So this is the restaurant, basically, that has been connected with all the renovation. 811 has that unique name to it. 811 Gemini 8, Apollo 11. Those are Neil Armstrong's 2 flights. And of course, as a Purdue Boilermaker, you know that it was Apollo 11 that landed Neil Armstrong on the moon. And so we're going to work our way into 811 right now. Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. 92-seat modern bistro. Very popular with our hotel guests, and actually the local community is starting to catch on to it also. This is the area that actually was the Visitors Information Center the last few years. Prior to that was the browsing room. In fact, this is all part of the 1936 addition to the Union Building. And so the anniversary drawing room is above us. Below us are the bowling alleys, all a part of the 1936 edition. But again, to be in tune with the times, the renovation wanted to capture the architectural integrity, but it wanted to bring it up into a modern experience. And they've done that very, very nicely. And so again, it was the browsing room. This is where the students could stop by and pull out a book off the shelf, or actually wind up the Victrola and play some classical music or some hymns, the popular music of the time, all in this area right here. In fact, there's a great picture we found in the debris looking this way. It really is this particular area. In fact, they have very thoughtfully maintained some bookshelves. These are the original bookshelves that were here in the browsing room back from 1936 or so. And there you see the classification, fiction, travel, all in this particular area here. So a lot of time and attention has been dedicated, again, to maintaining a lot of the integrity and the historical features of the building, but bringing it into the modern times. So, well, we hope this gives you a feel for the new renovation. It's just been a grand transformation to a very attractive offering that you'll have to make it your stop when you come back to campus next time. And we hope this will help out. And so on behalf of Michael and the Alumni Association, hail Purdue.